Arrived last night at 8:30
PM.
Diretsong trabaho. So parang matutulog lang ulit sana ako pag uwi ko.
May jet lag ba? Ang curious ko kasi jet lag eh. May jet lag ba?
Oo naman.
May jet lag.
Hindi, pagka galing siya dun sa kung saan siya nanggaling, medyo may delay yung jet lag na yan.
So medyo malala
pero
yung
sakto.
time difference eh.
Oo.
Yeah.
So sakto sa weekend siya tatamaan.
Yes.
Tama.
Okay, so
Wednesday,
welcome back, Check. Welcome back, Check.
Thank you.
Hindi nyo, yung pasalubong. Yun ang
Kinain ko na.
Okay, nakain na.
Yung may pasalubong, gummy bears?
Boka?
Ayun, kinakain.
Akala ko 7-Eleven galing.
Ay, wow!
Excuse me. Imported yun, Bo.
Galing Portugal.
Galing Portugal yun!
Okay.
Ito si Bo. But thank you, great show. Thank you, Bok. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Pauline. Okay, Cheska's back. We still have NBA news, including the Dallas Mavericks. Finally, dami nangyayari, Check.
nga eh.
Finally, firing General Manager Nico Harrison. A lot of Dallas Mavs fans rejoicing about that news. Plus, we got results from 6 games on tap today.
We've also got the latest scores from the PBA and the UAAP men's and women's basketball tournaments.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Litton-Calao.
She's back. And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves Philip. Mr. Moves puts it up. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuffing another one. Bakunas rejecting Estevo for the win.
The Dallas Mavericks give their fans what they want. Nico Harrison. Remember those chants?
Oh, boy.
Fire Nico, fire Nico. Well, they did fire Nico. Harrison is no longer the team's general manager and president of basketball operations.
The Mavs fired Harrison earlier today, ending his run of over 4 seasons, which started in 2021. In a statement, the Mavs quoted team governor Patrick Dumont, who said the decision reflects their continued commitment to building a championship-caliber organization. The Mavs also said they've appointed Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi as co-interim managers to oversee basketball operations as they begin their search for a permanent replacement. The move comes 9 months after Harrison and the Mavs made the stunning decision to trade former franchise player Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis. Harrison said he, quote, miscalculated, end quote, how much Mavs fans loved Doncic. But he later explained that the trade was the right move for building a championship contender. The Mavs made it all the way to the NBA Finals in 2024 with Doncic leading the charge. Doncic has excelled in his new role in LA, while Davis has missed lots of time for Dallas due to injury.
Well, luckily enough, the Mavs did end up getting the #1 overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft, despite a 1.8% chance to win the draft lottery. And of course, they used that pick to get that man right there, former Dookie Cooper Flagg. But despite Flagg's addition to the lineup, the Mavs have so far struggled this season, losing 8 of their 11 games. The Mavs will next face the Phoenix Suns tomorrow, the first game in the post-Nico Harrison era. After he was fired, Harrison changed his Instagram bio to say, "Girl dad, ... unemployed."
A marquee matchup on today's lineup of NBA games with the Oklahoma City Thunder facing the Golden State Warriors. But what was expected to be a slugfest turned out to be a one-sided affair in favor of the defending champs. The game was practically decided after the third quarter, with the Thunder leading by 35 points. At the final buzzer, the score was 126-102 in favor of OKC. Reigning MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had another day in the office, posting 28 points and 11 assists. Chet Holmgren added 23 markers without a miss. He went 9 for 9 from the field and 3 out of 3 from the foul line. OKC also limited Golden State's star players Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler to a combined 23 points. The Thunder continue to lead the Western Conference and the entire NBA with 11 wins and 1 loss. The Warriors stumble to 6 victories and as many setbacks.
Yeah, it's amazing when everything's just clicking and flowing. And there's not a lot of thinking out there. Everybody's kind of just reacting and making the right plays. You know, the game feels easy, and, you know, it feels like a really good style of basketball to play.
Shea has talked about wanting to continue to take strides forward as a player. This is an MVP who's trying to touch up the edges of his game. What do you see from him right now as a playmaker and orchestrator?
I don't know. He was pretty good at everything already, but, you know, I think he's done. I can't speak on what his mindset is on improving, but I think he's done a really good job this year of understanding that, you know, as a team, we still have to get better, and he's being a great leader and, you know, helping everybody around him improve their game as well. And, you know, we don't have to worry about him working to improve his.
You were a perfect 9 for 9 from the field, but it just didn't seem like you forced a single thing. Where does that mindset come from for you, that restraint?
I wouldn't even call it restraint. I would just say just kind of reading the game, taking what it gives me, and then, you know, being confident when, you know, the game gives me an opportunity. And credit to my teammates tonight for finding me. I feel like, you know, I got the ball in really great position. So, you know, I'm just happy they all went in.
From a blowout in OKC to a thriller in Philadelphia with the hometown 76ers outlasting the Boston Celtics. Let's go to the final few seconds of the game, tied at 100 here. Take a look. Kelly Oubre putting the Sixers on top by hustling for that decisive go-ahead putback with 8 seconds remaining. Whew. Andre Drummond knocked the ball away from Derek White on the other end, which led to a bad miss from way out. Philly takes this win, 102-100, to the delight of the Philadelphia fans. Justin Edwards leading the Sixers with 22 points, including 5 out of 6 from downtown. Before this game, Edwards just averaged 4 points per game. Jaylen Brown had 24 markers for the Celtics, all in a losing cause. Sixers now carry a 7-4 win-loss slate, while the C's have 5 wins against 7 losses.
It's just my preparation, honestly. You know, I come to work every day, do the same thing over and over again. You know, I'm just trying to stay consistent. You know, the shots I got in the game is the shots I work out on. So, you know, it just came natural, honestly. Just being consistent, honestly, you know. I watch film on the shots that I get in the game. So those are the shots that I constantly work on in my workouts. So when it comes to the game, you know, it's like second nature to me. It's a miss or make league, so, you know, I can't really beat myself up on the misses. So, you know, even on the makes, I can't get too high. You know, I got to stay level-headed. So, you know, I'm just going to go back to the drawing board and, you know, just continue to work.
4 more NBA games for you tonight. Here's our rundown of the results. Brandon Ingram scores 25 points to lead the Toronto Raptors past the Brooklyn Nets 119-110. Jalen Brunson leads the New York Knicks to their 5th win in a row at the expense of the Memphis Grizzlies 133-120. The Utah Jazz scored the most points in a game so far this season in their 152-128 victory over the Indiana Pacers. And lastly, Nikola Jokic drops 35 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists in the Denver Nuggets 122-108 beating of the Sacramento Kings.
Meanwhile, unfortunate news here, a tragic loss in the Philippine volleyball community. Alas Pilipinas mourns the passing of young prospect Ike Barilea, who died yesterday, just 2 days after celebrating his 21st birthday. Police reports revealed that Barilea was involved in a road accident where his motorcycle was pinned under a bus. Barilea had his first stint with the men's national volleyball team earlier this year. He joined the Alas Signal roster in the 2025 AVC Champions League. While he did not see action in the tournament, his inclusion in the lineup reflected his promising potential. Head coach Angelina Frigoni even invited him back to the current training pool prior to his passing. Before joining the national program, Barilea represented Cebu-based team One Silay in the PNVF Under-21 division. He also played for the Santa Rosa City Lions in the Spikers turf. Our condolences and prayers to Barilea's family. Meanwhile, more stories coming your way when play-by-play returns only here on One News. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Play-by-Play only here on One News. There's no stopping the NU Bulldogs in Season 88 of the men's basketball tournament. NU outlasted the FEU Tamaraw 70-64 to secure at least a playoff for that place-to-beat advantage. The victory did not come easy, though. FEU put up a gallant stand, even taking the lead in the second half. But the Bulldogs made the right plays down the stretch to eventually secure the win. That included a dagger three by none other than Jake Figueroa. In the last 73 seconds, that was a big one to put NU up for good. Figueroa finished with 17 points, 6 boards, and 5 assists. NU remains atop the standings with a 10-2 win-loss record, while FEU slides to 4-7, a huge setback to its final 4 chances.
Hindi pa rin ganun kami satisfied kasi alam na namin ito yung papasok ng last thread. So yun nga yung meron challenge na ginagawa or parang we try to explain sa players na ito yung challenge na kailangan yung maputin, ito yung next level na kailangan yung i-meet up para yung next stage na gusto namin mangyari magawa namin talaga ng tama. Actually, nag-respond naman yung players. I know naman FEU hindi basta-basta bibigay yun. But our game plan na nasunod naman. Actually, hindi ko lang na-expect yung ganong karaming crowd ngayon. So, at least, nasasanay na sila, kumbaga. Mga players namin na maglaro sa ganong crowd ulit. Just yung to showcase their talent, kumbaga. So, hopefully maging consistent kami. Pero yun nga, there's no need to celebrate.
Meanwhile, the NU Lady Bulldogs just beat the FEU Lady Tamaraws. Final score 95-63 in favor of the defending women's basketball champions. It was a close fight in the early goings of this match. Then NU blew the game open in the second quarter thanks to a 23-6 run. The Lady Bulldogs have now won 10 games in a row.
Meantime, the USC Growling Tigers are finally back in the win column. USC ended its 4-game skid by putting away the still winless UE Red Warriors 109-97. The Growling Tigers hit the ground running here as they outscored the Red Warriors 33-16 in the first quarter and basically never looked back. 15 different Tigers saw action as the team led by as many as 27 points. Colin Sakoe, once again a powerhouse here with a double-double for USC, 16 points and 16 big boards. Jello Crisostomo added 14 markers to help build their early lead. This is UE's second straight game without team captain John Abate, who is out for the season due to a nose fracture. USC now improves to 6-5, moving into provisional solo 4th in the team standings. Meanwhile, UE suffers its 18th straight loss, dating back to last season.
First off, it's a good win. It's I'll call this a momentum boost for us going into our other games. And I'll give credit to my teammates and my coaches. Through the thick, tough times, we stayed together in one unity, and kudos to everyone for showing up today and doing our thing. Hopefully, we're going to come out in the other games, and do our thing. That's it.
The UST Growling Tigresses likewise scored another dominant victory in the women's tournament. UST just obliterating the hapless UE Lady Warriors 125-50. The Golden Tigresses quickly jumped to an 18-point lead in the opening quarter. By the time the third quarter ended, the Tigresses were already up 59. UST won each quarter by at least 16 points, en route to the highest scoring output in the past 3 years. Gila's mainstay, Kent Pastrana, came off the bench but dropped a career-high 35 markers. She also had 12 rebounds and 5 steals in just 19 minutes of action. UST remain undefeated in 11 games. They can claim a twice-to-beat advantage in their next battle versus the Ateneo Blue Eagles. UE also still winless here. They've lost 22 straight games dating back to last season.
very proud sa ginawa ng mga players namin. And like as you said, we just want to carry on our momentum going into the playoffs. Kasi as we all know, yung isang game last weekend na-cancel, so medyo yung mga bata very excited to really play basketball. So we just want to continue and carry on our momentum. Especially yung next two opponents namin is Ateneo and NU, which is technically our also top two opponents na kasi sila, by record sila yung third and second. So yun yung kailangan namin ipagtagdan. Nire-remind namin, it's a different thing when someone is confident kaysa yung complacent. So yun nga, be confident on what you do, pero kailangan hindi ka complacent kasi ang kalaban ninyo equally basketball players na naman.
Coming up, the NBA is taking the All-Star Game to a whole new level.
Woohoo!
Find out how the league is reinventing its mid-season showcase with a brand new format. The details when play-by-play returns here on One News. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. The Phoenix Fuel Masters finally snapped their skid in the PBA Season 50 Philippine Cup. After suffering 4 straight losses, Phoenix beat the Terra Firma Jeep in blowout fashion 107-76. The Fuel Masters set the tone right away with a 10-0 run to open the game. Kai Balungay led the dominant outing with 19 points and 12 rebounds. The game also featured 2 pairs of brothers facing off, Richie and Prince Rivero for Phoenix against Jeric and Maverick Ahanisi for Terra Firma. This was also Maverick's debut for the Jeep. The Fuel Masters claimed just their 2nd win of the conference, while the Jeep suffered their 4th straight loss.
It feels good to get this one, but like Coach Willie said, our ultimate goal is to make the playoffs and to keep stacking wins. But I think tonight was a good step in the right direction. And it's a credit to the coaching staff. We see how hard they work to give us the blueprint to go out there and execute. And early on this season, we've had our struggles, but like I said, this is the first step in the right direction.
Meantime, the San Miguel Beermen look to continue their winning ways as they take on the Titan Ultra Giant Risers. The Beermen scored the first 12 points of the game, but the Giant Risers showed their grit with a 19-7 run to to pull within 3 at 22-25. Come the second quarter, the Beermen built another huge double-digit lead courtesy of Don Troliano and their bench. At the half, it's San Miguel up by 41 points, 79-38. San Miguel entered the game riding a 4-game win streak. If the Beermen win again tonight, they can pull even with NLEX and Rain or Shine for second in the standings with a 5-2 record. It's quite the turnaround for the defending champs after they started the conference with back-to-back losses. Titan Ultra, on the other hand, hope to pull off a stunner and boost its bid for a quarter-final spot.
The gift that keeps on giving, because an all-NBA lineup for you again. In tonight's highlight reel, let's start right away. Oklahoma City Thunder against the Golden State Warriors. Chet Holmgren from SGA. Woo! Just looking so dominant. SGA drawing 3 defenders. Chet, baseline cut. Look at this. And lalo na Golden State, take note. This is a really solid defense with Green there, with Kuminga there, Moody there. But still, no problem for OKC with SGA to Chet, slamming it all with 2 hands. SGA, 28 points in this one, 11 assists. Holmgren with 23 big points. Perfect shooting, too. 9 of 9 from the field for the big man, 3 of 3 from the line. The Thunder dominated the Warriors 126-102. So far, looking good early on in the season for back-to-back, but still early on, but just 1 loss so far for the reigning champs. Up next, let's go to the Pacers and the Jazz and Salt Lake City. Markkanen, jab, jumper on Pascal Siakam. What's funny here, tingnan natin si Siakam. Tingnan mo, pag fake, boom, boom. Parang sumakit yung likod, lahat sumakit kay Siakam eh. Pati ankles niya. But of course, great move from Markkanen there on that jumper. Take a look again. Jab. Sabi nga ng commentator, I think Siakam had an ankle injury and a back injury from that play. Markkanen went crazy, 35 points here. Same game, different play. Markkanen again, this time running down the lane, side steps. Ooh, huli ka boy. Look at Aaron Nesmith with a block from behind, a la LeBron James. Woo, chase down block. What a swat there by Nesmith. Great effort on defense, catching up to Markkanen. Nesmith, 17 points, 4 boards, 7 assists, and yes, that 1 block right there. Jazz blowout though the Pacers, depleted Pacers, if I may add. Bad start of the season, 152-128 in favor of Utah in their home floor. Up next, Boston, Philadelphia, Jaylen Brown. Woo! Driving all the way for the slam. Then Edgecombe passes it to Edwards for 3. Woo! Take a look at that sequence again. Man, Edgecombe, real deal. First, the block on Brown, not the slam. From defense, offense, seeing Edwards, 3, the lefty, bang, bang, bang. Edgecombe, just 6 points in this one though, 2 huge blocks. Edwards had 22 markers, including 6 threes. So, Young Guns looking good for Philadelphia against the Boston Celtics. Finally, we stay in Philly for the final play. Edwards missing this 3 here. Boom. But look who's there. Kelly Oubre. Put back. Up and in. And look at Oubre saving the day. Up, in, counted. He was even asking for a foul. And by the way, this was for the go-ahead. They were tied at 100 all. But thanks to that Oubre put back, 102-100. Oubre, 12 points, 7 rebounds. Sixers survive the seas, 102-100 in Philly. A lot of great games. Mas maganda yung kapon, daming plays, but still looking good in the highlight reel tonight. Check, welcome back.
And before we go, it's official. The 2026 NBA All-Star Game will have a new format. The mid-season showcase will feature a U.S. versus World showdown for the first time in league history. But there's a twist with 3 teams instead of 2. The American players will make up 2 squads, while the international stars will be in the 3rd team. They'll compete in a round-robin tournament of 4 12-minute games. As in previous years, 24 All-Stars will still be selected, 12 from each conference. Starters will still be determined by fans, players, and media. But here's another first. Player positions will no longer affect selections, giving the league more flexibility in forming rosters. The NBA All-Star Game is set for early next year at the Intuit Dome, the home of the LA Clippers.
Sabi sa'yo, ang daming nagaganap. Kakabalik
Oo
mo lang.
nga eh.
Fire Nico, na-fire nga si Nico Harrison. Tapos, eto ngayon, panibagong all-star format. You know, I think it's really good because fans have been clamoring for years na, you know, to spark, and you know this firsthand, kasi nakikita mo, what can they do to change and to reignite that fire again for the fans? And alam naman natin, global superstars now, they're growing. Ang dami na, may Jokic. Yung mga MVPs lang, Jokic, Antetokounmpo, SGA. Diba? Yun yung mga former MVPs. And then you add superstars like, as you said, Luka Doncic. Ang dami pang mga, kumbaga, players outside the USA na will give Team USA a run for their money. Yes.
But yes, before we go, may segment
Oh,
tayo
sige,
na.
go. Yeah, may
No,
2 minutes
thank
pa.
you so much to Denise Tan, Bea Escudero, and Riza
Oo.
Diaz for subbing for me while I was away.
Habang
Really
nag-enjoy po siya sa
appreciate it.
Europe.
Uy, grabe na.
Habang nagbabakasyon. Pero how was your trip? Good trip?
Very good. I was able
Refreshed?
to rest,
Yeah.
recover, thankfully. Obviously, back and raring to go here at work.
Oh, yan, at least she's back. Pasalubong ko ba to? Hindi pala
Grabe.
sa'yo pala. Sorry.
Ano ba?
Joke lang. Welcome back to you, Check. And mga kapatid, we still have a few more days. Di ba? 2 more days pa to end the week. Wednesday pa lang ngayon. That's all from us tonight though, mga kapatid. But catch us again tomorrow, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Chas Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Good night.